Just a friendly reminder that the opinions expressed on this show are not worth a Canadian penny, so disregard anything you hear that might get anyone in trouble. And despite some of the great ideas you may hear, don't try them at home. Go to a friend's house instead.
It's time to get a gun. That's what I've been thinking. Well, I could afford one. And if I did just a little less drinking, time to put something between me and the sun. When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.
Well, welcome to Slamfire Radio, episode 661. Today is July 8th, 2026. I am one of your hosts, Kyle.
I'm another one of your hosts, Dustin.
And I'm Adriel.
Hey, guys, it's been a minute. It feels like it, definitely.
That break we took last week. Yeah, that did.
I think I was
that's
on
why.
the week prior to that.
Yeah.
Well, so.
Oh, yeah, it has been a couple weeks for you. Yeah.
Why don't we get right into it? Dustin, what you get into with guns?
Oh, man, nothing, No, I'm kidding. I actually did a bunch in guns. So, and I wrote it all down for myself, or at least most of it. So, I had a back and forth email exchange with my MLA's office, Roni Aurora. Yeah, I still haven't managed to land that ever important meeting, but I did have a couple of fun back and forths with somebody who's actually like handling her emails, which was fun. If they read the email, that they were sent before they replied, it would have been much faster. But
well, it usually does help the conversation along.
Yeah, that's the general gist of it. When the response to my other email, it was very clear that no one had read the email I had sent. Right? It was very much a firearms are a federal issue. Bugger off. Go talk to your MP. You figure that out for yourself. And I'm like, yes, thank you. I am actually very politically involved. Here is why I want to talk to my provincial MLA. Just in regards to obviously Saskatchewan and Alberta. And then the follow-up that I was able to send was right after the Yukon made their little announcement that they're enacting some form of protections for firearms owners in that province. So I think it's really cool that we're seeing more and more provinces doing that. And I'm now harassing my provincial members of parliament and my federal members of parliament. And on that note, another thing I did was I sent a request to my federal MP. Shout out Terry Beach. He's got to be so tired of me. I sent out a request for a meeting. This time, not so. Most of the meetings that I've had with him have been over the many OIC bans and such. This is a new topic. My specific request was about discussing a way and or path forward for removing the handgun freeze in the name of being proactive and supporting Canadian small businesses in this time of economic turmoil. Since he said he was very much in support of small businesses, and since this government is supposed to be new and pragmatic, I see and we have data. We have a couple of years of data that show that this handgun freeze, which would suggest a thawing would be possible, right? It's not a ban. It was supposed to be a freeze. Well, we've
global warming.
Yeah,
coming in.
There you go. Right. So everything's warming up. This should start melting any day. So I cheekily sent an email requesting help with pursuing some level of government assistance in trying to eliminate this freeze. Obviously, I know where this is going to go, but you know what? I pay for him to be there, and if he has to deal with me once or twice a year, so be it. He could actually help small businesses, and then he wouldn't have to deal with me anymore. I had an honest to God day at the range just by myself. Nobody there to be trained. I didn't bring any friends along. I actually tried to bring some friends along, and everybody was busy. But I spent my last Saturday for 5 hours on the range, really tightening up some of my pistol game. So I shoot at Abbey Fish and Game, and we've got this really, really tremendous pistol range set up with like multiple steel plate racks and dueling trees and just a whole bunch of stuff. It's so much fun. I was there for 5 hours, you guys, and there were, in the whole time I was there, 3 other people showed up. 2 members, one brought a guest, and one was there by himself. I had fantastic conversations with all of them. I got to test some of their guns. They got to shoot some of mine. It was fun. But yeah, it was really, really good. It was nice to get some of my like handgun stuff tightened up a little bit. I went just exclusively with handguns. I didn't bring anything else. I was really surprised because that was the 4th of July. I thought, why not celebrate America's birthday with a little bit of celebratory gunfire? But there weren't as many people that had the same opinion as me. Anywho, that was really, really fun. Did a whole bunch of different drills, did some reloading, some stoppage clearing. I brought a bunch of mags and I just blindly loaded a bunch of dummy rounds along with some real rounds into them, so I could just do some stoppage training and some reloads and just some of that sort of those sort of drills. Because I was the only one there, I got to move around on the range a little bit. It's kind of close distance, so I tried not to do too much more than just side to side, but still a little bit of movement is always good. What else did I do? It's sad Kelly's not on, but I received the maple seed slings that I ordered for work, which was fun. Those showed up on my desk. So I've actually already got those put on some appropriate rifles, which was cool. We needed some GI slings, and where was the best place to get good GI slings but Maple Seed? So that was really cool to see. I did some demo videos for work. So my boss came into my office and asked me, hey, what are the, is it possible for a person, or for a character, and this one character in particular, to reload a gun, to reload a Glock one-handed? And I looked at him and just dude, you can field strip a Glock and put it back together one-handed. And he called BS. So I had to prove him wrong. And I know you guys saw the video. I put it in the group chat. I might have circulated that to a couple of other friends, my mom ended up, I sent it to my stepdad, and my mom ended up seeing it. She was like, I see you've done that a few times before. Once or twice. But it was entertaining. I shut my boss up, but I did do a couple of demo videos for the powers that be. Basically filmed a couple of different things, just how to press check with one hand, and reloading off of just the back sights off of a table, off of your leg, a couple of other little things. So it's kind of weird, just my I know that this is my job, but it's weird when I do stuff like that where I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. I've got these weird skills that I'm using for work, which was fun. And I got to play with a Swiss-made, all right, how do we say this? Solothurn. It's yeah, pretty close. Am I close?
No, I think you got it.
I thought
Solothurn
so.
sounds about right.
Yeah, it's the S18. It is a 20 millimeter bullpup anti-tank rifle from World War II. It was made by the Swiss. Well, this one was made by the Swiss. I guess the Germans made them too, but this one was made by the Swiss. Oh, it's so cool. I got a whole history lesson on it, which was really fun. Dude, I love me an anti-tank rifle, and especially one that's bigger than me. The whole receiver, including the primary, the primary body of the scope, everything was milled out of one piece of billet aluminum. Had to have weighed 300 pounds before they started, because it was huge. It was at least 18 inches in length. Crazy. So I got to play with that. There's only a couple of those things in country, and so just even having access to some of that stuff is really, really neat, and getting close to it. So and getting cool little lessons. So that was fun. And I kind of made mention of it before, but I got literally all of my social media stuff sorted out and organized for my YouTube channel. I own both the .com and the .ca domain name. Couple of tandem YouTube channels, Facebook, Twitter, everything. I even have a Rumble for it. So not that I have stuff to put up yet. Like there's a little bit, but just like it was like 6 hours. It was a heckin' lot of work to get all of that set up. But I'm happy. All my socials are set up now, which is good. And they're just
TikTok?
kind of.
Did you get the TikTok going?
I did. I got the stupid
Oh.
TikTok. I did.
OnlyFans?
You know, they're not too supportive of gun content on OnlyFans.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't
Really?
know. Yeah. It's not. I don't know if I want to mesh those two worlds. I don't know if I need to make money in every way possible. If you want nudes, Adriel, I can just put them in the group chat. You don't have to subscribe.
I don't need any more. Thanks.
Oh, okay, fair. I mean, the ones I've sent you is adequate, fair. Well, it's been a couple of weeks. Kyle, what have you been up to in guns?
Well, I was supposed to shoot our local match last month, but I ended up having to work. So that kind of sucked because that was going to be pretty much my last match before nationals. But apparently they had a decent show out, and had a good time. My buddy's upper, he ordered a PK1 upper for chucking, and that came in. So see the monster break on it there.
It doesn't even look like a break. It looks like a bedpost or like a frame or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. But it goes right on to AR-10 lower. So
Cool.
dual side charging, which is nice. I got the Timney trigger in there, Timney safety. We had this MBA 3 stock, so it's here. I don't know if keep running it. Still have to figure out what we're going to run for an optic on it. He did have the mags before, so we got a bunch of the nice 20 rounders. That one might be a little bit more. It's 2 10 rounders stuck together with an extension. But I haven't had a chance to get out to the range because, well, I've been working every single day. So I actually got today because, I was supposed to be traveling today, but I drove through the night last night instead. So I would actually have some time today to get ready for nationals because we leave for that trip in a couple days. So
You go to nationals just a couple of days, huh?
well, nationals is like next weekend, so we have a week away before we actually get to nationals. But like we do every year, we make a nice big trip out of it and drive over to Kentucky and then up to Minnesota. Yeah, when we get back, I will get that out to try out. I did. Roth Performance was having a big sale for July 4th and like 50-75% off stuff. So I did end up ordering a new shotgun receiver for myself for a M2 based receiver, but it's the Roth one. So it's got pick rail and load port already opened up, even though I will probably open it up a little bit more yet, but we'll see. See once it gets here and I get playing. So that's another step towards my moving to modified, because then I don't have to spend $1,300 on a barrel to mount an optic because it's got the pick rail to mount the optic there. So eventually I probably will still buy that barrel, but I don't need to run an optic right.
Fair.
But getting ready to head off to nationals, getting stuff packed up, doing some modifications to the Jeep, so it's just easier to have all the gear in there and still access everything, do a vacation and shoot out of. I built just a shelf in there, so actually when we're shooting, like Craig and I go travel for shooting, and that it'll be really good because we'll have a shelf for range bags, rifles go underneath, and instead of just piling everything all up on top of each other. And but nationals, they sent out their stages and they did something interesting. I haven't had this. They sent out the files for practice sim.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so that
That's
you can
really
walk
interesting.
through practice sim on them.
Do you have it on your computer right now?
No, I don't. I've been too
Oh.
darn busy.
Ugh.
I
Be
know
cool to
that
walk
would have been
through a
so
stage.
cool to go through. It would have been so cool to
Yeah.
go through.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, that was cool. I was sitting at work. I did go through the paper, well, the paper printouts, but I'm actually a little disappointed in one thing. I don't think it should be at a nationals, but they're making a slinger rifle.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Love it.
like it's the
actually do
first time.
too.
Last ones they didn't, and okay for a lot of matches slinger rifle, but for a national championship that's not needed in at USPSA nationals.
I like it.
I like it too.
I'm sure there's gonna be a lot, and I mean I'll do it. I'm not gonna grumble about it. It's just I don't think it needed to be there. It is what it is.
So back to the practice game, Kyle. I think this would make such a cool stage video because you could do a flyover, a virtual flyover, and then you could shoot it. Yeah, you could get both.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Take some doing.
Rather than getting a drone out and all that kind of stuff, you do a virtual flyover, and then you're done, right? I mean,
and actually, and that would really give it instead of just because I mean, what I would do before is just show a screenshot of what you would print out.
Yeah,
that's
what I would do.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And so this is the first match to do it. So I actually hope more matches catch on to that and do that, release the files and be interesting. I mean, it's still going to run into I don't think it's going to give you much more of an advantage for stage planning because it's still dependent on how it gets laid down on the ground. But at least you can better see the intent.
And prep up, like, how many shot shells do you need? How many do you need to have in your belt? How many mag pouches do you need? What's the slug shots looking like? Are we going to do 50, 75, 100? It's just going to be better for seeing that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Like they do have a couple shotgun only stages. So seems like it's going to be a different match this year. Just looking through those, it seems like it's gonna be a slightly different match this year than it was the previous couple of years. Which, hey, cool. I mean, changes happen, and we'll see how it goes. I really don't have an opinion on it until after I shoot it. But that's just pretty much it for right now. Just waiting on that. Well, that shotgun receiver should be back, and so that'll be there for me to build on, and then. Just basically just get the dot and the pistol because I could build that shotgun really whenever I wanted. So yeah, still working on the studio, but haven't been because I've been working. But once I get back from nationals, there'll be some more work going on in studio so I can get out of this den and easier to work on stuff. But yeah, that's it for me. Adriel, how about you?
Well, it's been 2 weeks, so I've done some stuff. I forgot to mention on the last show that MDT did that 10-minute sale where they put some stuff on for enough off to tempt me, and I got their XRS chassis, mag, and ARCA rail, and it looks something like this.
Oh,
yeah.
Right.
So this is my
that's nice. I like
Savage 12, which was a blind mag before, and now it's not so blind anymore. Now it's 10-round mags.
That's pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a pretty stock, and it feels very substantial and heavy. Sturdy. We'll say sturdy. I do like the quick adjust cheek rest here. It's got a spot. I think I can put a spring in there so I can spring load it.
Ooh, yeah.
I think I'm going to do that. I like a spring loaded cheek rest. Or I could just not have anyone else shoot it, just me, and that would work too.
Yeah,
but now I'm kind of looking at this thinking like maybe I need to thread that.
Ooh, do it.
Put a muzzle brake on there. Yeah, I think so. Thread it at home. Just use like one of those kits from Princess Auto.
Yeah, why not? Just do it. You could probably just thread it with a Dremel if you did it right. You just go really slow. Yeah.
Maybe like a triangle file or something like that.
No, please get it threaded professionally.
Yeah, I'll do that. I don't like my bullets striking the baffles on my brakes. I went to a Thursday night fun shoot with my boys and my nephew. Took them out. And my Gamer 1022 still isn't as reliable as my TM22 Flash, which is, I need to fix it. I need to figure out what's going on with it and fix it. Maybe it needs a spring or something like that. Went up to Mighty Peace 3 gun. That's still, I didn't talk about that last time, did I? I gotta look up some dates here. When was that? Oh, I need to open up that sheet. I'll just talk.
That was just before Canada Day, so no.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
then
really
yeah,
would have had to do
yeah.
that.
No, I didn't. Yeah, packed up 4 guys and went down. Me, Mark, Thomas, my boy, my oldest. Or down, up because it's north. Went up to Peace River. Saturday it rained all day. Yeah, and the mosquitoes were hungry. It's been raining like for 2 or 3 weeks now, like Vancouver levels of rain in Alberta. It's not good. There's so much standing water, so many skeeters. Yeah, but it's still a good time. Still a great time out there. Good stage designs, all that kind of stuff was really interesting. In terms of my own shooting, I think my stage execution was good. I didn't. One of the things I wanted to focus on from BOA and that kind of thing was just like crouching a little bit more and shooting my handgun so I could kind of explode out of position. And I just forgot to do that and reverted back to what I always do. So I need to remember, like, okay, this is something I need to focus on and actually focus on it. So I kind of break it out of what I'm used to doing and get back to learning, right? Yeah, otherwise it was a good match. I won my division. My division was small though. Most people are shooting 22s out there now. Like 75% of the field is shooting 22s.
Wow.
For a rifle. Yeah. Big difference.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Like that's in a lot of ways like most common, still accessible platform for a lot of people, right?
Well, and you can get long mags for it and you can shoot fast.
Yep. Yeah. Go fast, more bullets. Like, yeah.
I want to shoot big stuff though. Taipan ran well. Yeah, ran really well. It was accurate. Any misses were my fault. I did not like the 6x magnifier. I felt like I don't need it. I felt like it did slow me down. I don't feel like it slowed me down. It did slow me down. I ran it anyways, just to get some experience with running a magnifier. So when I go to Memorial, I can run one of those if and when I choose, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that for some of the really long range stuff. Or maybe I'll put a 3x magnifier on it. We'll see.
3x is good.
Yeah, I think 6 is too much. 3 is probably fine, right?
Yeah.
That's all you need. If I were to run a LPVO, it would just be like a 1 to 4 or 1 to 3 even would be fine, right, Kyle?
I would go with minimum 6. Minimum. But hey, you do you. You do pretty well with just 0. So
Well,
you've also got laser eyes, so there is that.
The laser eyes help. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got back. I did another Thursday night fun shoot. Just more working on my handgun is what I've been working on recently, just to get that going nice and quick. At Peace River, my handgun was my strong suit. I was crushing it. We did one stage like all together, and yeah, I had the fastest time on that. I didn't win overall though, because the guys running 22 rifles are too fast. I can't keep up with that running a pump action centerfire rifle with not 25 round mags. Yeah, it's not gonna keep up. Still pretty quick, and I'd still rather shoot centerfire. Fair. Did 2 maple seeds at Sherwood Park. Both those were pretty good. I tested out this Crawl KR22 the night before. So this is their 1022-ish thing. And one of the guys online was saying, like, I got some light. He shot the KR22 tactical. He said he got light strikes. I'm like, okay, I'll probably get those too then. And I did. Yeah, I got light strikes with it. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I'm gonna tear into it and figure out why. Maybe it's something that I can put a pin spring in there or something like that, stiffen up that firing pin and make it better. But yeah, so far prophecy fulfilled based on what people told me about that gun. I got my Form 6 NIA back. That was I got a revised one with some extra stuff on there that I can bring out.
Love it.
I got a bunch of stuff from AliExpress, so a bunch of little cleaning brushes and that kind of thing. And one of the things I got was these Howard Light headphones,
Oh,
and you
So-
can plug a jack into them and listen to your tunes or talk on a podcast. That works.
oh.
They're not the same as the real ones.
I was gonna say those got to be in some proper knockoffs.
They look great, and like the audio, like they turn on just fine. You put it side by side. There's some little things to notice. The battery terminals are now spring terminals, so those look the same as the real ones. There's some of the printing doesn't quite look right,
Yeah.
but other than that, they look really good. But they do not block sound properly.
That's kind of the point of those.
Is that supposed to be the primary purpose?
Yeah. I put them on. I'm like, I can hear my computer right now. I can hear my computer fan running. It's not a loud fan. There's something wrong with these. Yeah. They're not safe. Do not buy one of these things as a backup for guest use at the range, because they don't block shit.
Yikes.
Yeah, because I had heard that there were some knockoffs of them, and I was just like, I was curious, and I think they were $20. I'm like, yeah, I'll throw $20 at it. If I don't like them, they'll be guest headphones, right? But
Nope.
not as they are. Well, I think what I might do is spray some like spray foam in there or something like that into the cup, just to give it something. I assume like it's like this
Yeah.
plastic is just it's plastic. There's nothing on the other side. There's a little foamy bit that goes between the
no.
plastic and your ear, but like that's not enough. That's not
Oh,
enough.
that's-
And open up the real ones, and like the real ones don't have any like, they have thicker foam, but like they just work. If I put the real ones on, it's like, oh yeah, now I can definitely hear stuff being deadened around me. Not with these ones.
Mm-mm.
I'll mod them. I'll put some spray foam on the inside there, and that'll I think that's all it needs. But word to the wise, yeah, don't get the knockoffs. I went and picked up Tony's 1301. It's slowly making its way to him. It's
Put
not
some
to my
rounds
house.
through it.
No, I didn't put any rounds through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of optics from a company that I chatted with at SHOT Show. I reached out to one of the ones that I had on that spreadsheet, and they sent me 4.
Oh.
So
All
I'll show them next. They're kind of like they're set up for photography and video editing and video taking. So I'll do that first, and I'll share here later. But
any red dots in there that you're gonna hate and not put on any of your guns?
there's a red dot in there,
Oh.
and a 1x, like a Prism 1x and a Prism 3x and a 3x
Oh.
magnifier.
Oh.
I think that
Nice.
3x magnifier might end up on my Taipan. This weekend, I was supposed to do something and it got canceled. So I think I'm going to go motorbike camping in Drumheller. Take a
Nice.
little motorbike trip down there and drive around. Maybe like do some jumps off the hoodoos or something like that. Yeah,
Sounds fun.
pretty sure you're allowed to do that, right?
I don't think you're
Oh, yeah.
supposed to.
Don't think so.
Pretty sure it's protected.
Maybe like some burnouts on it or something like that. No, I won't do any of that. I would not do anything like that. Oh, this is kind of a weird. Here, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's get back going over there. Change the view. I think that's it for me. Am I waiting on anything in the mail? Probably. There's probably more
Yeah.
stuff coming in the mail. I don't want to keep track of it. We'll just talk about it next week when it comes in.
It's more fun when it surprises you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
don't
get boxes
remember
and
this.
it's like, what's in there? Like, I have no idea.
It's truly like Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love ordering stuff and then forgetting about it. Especially when it's
Mhm.
gun stuff. That makes me the
Mhm.
happiest.
Anyways, that's it for me.
Cool.
Okay. We'll get into upcoming events. And starting off, HG Firearms Training. The 2026 schedule is live. I guess July 18th in Sherwood Park is a PAL. It's almost sold out, but then July 19th. Is this another PAL or is that our PAL for the next day?
No. Pal.
Oh, Oh,
I do.
PAL.
I'm going to do an RPAL every 2 months, not instead of every month.
Okay, so there you go. Back to back PALs. There's lots of space on the, I'm guessing it's the Sunday on
Sunday.
July 19th. And yeah,
Everyone sold up.
We're gonna-
Everyone signed up for the Saturday. The Sunday is good. Like at this point, you'd show up, you'd be the only one there. I'm still going to stay there because I'm going to camp anyways.
Mm.
I will be there, even if there's one person in that
Okay.
class. You will get the best class ever, personalized experience. We did the same thing
One-on-one.
for the Maple Seed we just did. Our day one had like almost sold out. Day two had 3 people. We were like, yeah, let's do it anyways. We're already camping out there. Who cares, right? So, and two of them were Sammy and Josh, so it just ripped through it. Those
Yeah,
guys
okay.
have been to some training. They knew
Yeah.
what they were doing. Yeah.
Cool. 3-gun matches. There's some 3-gun coming up. July 11th at Chaz. July 18th and 19th at CDTSA. That's Milo down in the Calgary area. August 8th and 9th is the Sherwood Park team match. August 15th is Chaz. And then September 19th, there is a combat shotgun match at Sherwood Park. Maple Seeds. There are a bunch. So June 27th in Sunbury, New
That's already
Brunswick.
here. Wait.
No, yeah, that's old. That's
there we
old.
go.
Okay, so ones you might actually be able to go to. July 11th in Armstrong, BC. July 18th, 19th, Fort John, BC. July 25th, 26th, Milo. Yeah, that's sold out. So never mind. Should read ahead.
They're still there. Go on the wait list because sometimes we get people who cancel, but
Okay, there you go. So if you want to be on the wait list, don't mind driving out to Milo just in case someone doesn't show up for the day. July 25th, 26th.
I think there's
July
some in between ones that just got added recently. There's Campbell River on July 13th. I don't think I have that one on the list there.
Okay.
CDTSA is sold out. Mission BC is still
It's on
there. There's
on
a
a
Woods.
Monday.
Yeah. That's Rick going across the country and doing weird
know.
stuff. Yeah. Woodstock is in New Brunswick on July 26th. Regina, August 2nd. And Rocky Rod and Gun Club on August 9th.
Okay. Perfect. We don't have anything up for BTSA, but I know they're doing something coming up, so go check them out on Practice Score. ORA calendar is still up, Ontario Rifle Association.ca. On with the news, I guess Polyev was down in Calgary, and I can't remember where they were, but Taylor and Melody,
Black Box
F6
Customs.
shooting couple, they were they're at Black Box Customs. So they were, yes, Polyev was down there checking stuff out.
Yeah. I do like that he has been steering into the pro gun of it all, like a lot more.
Well, that's not only just saying like, because I think in the past Harper would be like, oh, these guys are wasting money.
Yeah.
Like doing this. And then whereas like Polyev was like, no, I'm at a gun shop talking to 2 big like competition shooters supporting this thing. It's very different.
Yeah.
In other news, I guess the Turkish president gifted some personalized revolvers. I can't talk tonight. Complete with live ammo to NATO leaders at Ankara summit.
Yeah. Carney's not going to be able to have that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I guess.
And they're
Keir
saying Keir Starmer couldn't take it
either.
either.
Yeah. I'm sure Carney will find a way to take it to his home in America, though. You know, where he lives and where his family lives and where his
Do you
business
guys really think that they didn't bring him back home and they didn't get?
Oh, no,
some
there's
specialized
100%
treatment?
chance. There's 100% chance both of them.
Like
ended up.
both the UK and current.
Yep. Yeah. I wonder if that's something that would be like atypical. You know what I mean? Like, is that something we could request information on from the government? Because that is technically a gift to a state, to a head of state, which means technically speaking, there should be a record of where that went somewhere. No?
Well, it would have to be registered to.
Yeah. Well, that too. Yeah.
It should be registered.
That makes me wonder if that's something that I'm curious. Anyway,
Other than that, not much for news. So
good.
no
No news
gun
is good
stuff. Adriel, you want to take that away?
Yeah, here, let me share my screen. And I don't know if I have it in the same order. I probably don't, but International Shooting Supplies has a bunch of tactical solutions stuff. Oh, it was on sale. Is this no longer on sale? They just have a bunch of tactical solution stuff now. It's no longer on sale, but they have it. They have some of their extended mag releases, some of the triggers, some of the X-Ring VR Gen 2 receivers. Oh, that's an expensive 1022 receiver.
Yo.
$850. That's getting close to like a Gucci
Ooh.
1022
Wow.
full build. Ambidextrous charging handle, left side cover plate, rear cleaning port access. You can do that with a drill. Mm-hmm. I have done that with a drill.
Yep, me too.
I'm not, Ken is hypothetical, but yeah, I have. Yeah, and that kind of thing. And they have little compensators.
Yeah, I was gonna
That
say
looks
that.
very similar to the compensator on this crawl arms. Very similar. It's not the same, but very similar. What else we got here? Al's Bargains. So Al Flaherty's got some Norma and Seiko ammo for sale, and some of the stuff was pretty good. This is a little bit more expensive. Okay, there's some golden target 6.5 Creedmoor, $46 for 20. I thought they had some even better deals. They might have been scooped up already. There's $42 for a box of 20 target 6.5 Creedmoor. Centerfire 223 tip strike 300 Win Mag. Holy crap, that's expensive. But it's 300 Win Mag with a TTSX. So what do you expect? And so on and so forth. Some 243 for $48. Ooh, look at that. Oryx Pro Hunter 308 180 grain, $36.99 for a box of 20. Decent. I already had that one up. FOC's got the. Did you guys know that there's another pump action rifle you can get? A 44 mag pump action rifle.
I was looking at this because it was in here, and it's really expensive, but it's actually kind of nice.
I wish they had a cheaper, crappier version because this, yeah, it is very expensive. Really cool, but yeah, 44 mag pump action rifle, $2,500. Sorry, $2,450 if you really want to get into it. Yeah,
but it's like, look, it's one thing from the pictures. I would love to have one in my hand to know if it's $2,500 of value. My instinct says probably not.
I would pay if it was $1,200. I think it'd be compelling.
Yes. Oh, if it was, even if it was like, yeah, you're right. 1,200 is about right. 12 to 15.
Durio's like what, 600 something?
Yeah.
Lots of plastic. I saw one of those at that Peace River match, and the screws on the forend were starting to get loose because this forend is plastic.
Yeah.
And it's subject to stress. But this looks like it's wood. Yeah, this is a much nicer firearm.
Yeah. I just don't know if it's $2,500 nice.
Hard to make the case. Make the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
While we're looking, sorry, go ahead, Kyle. I think you wanted to say something there. No. Okay. Just hearing things. It's probably from my bad ear. Probably someone talking like down the block here, and I'm picking them up.
Yeah.
Marstar's got the Pedersoli. Okay, I was looking at these because I was looking at like old guns, and I was looking at Sharps carbines and that kind of thing. And sorry if carbine if you're American. Marstar has the Pedersolis on sale for $2,250 for a 4570 Sharps carbine. So something you can load from the back and shoot all week.
I have always wanted a Sharps rifle. That's too much for one.
Okay, how much do they go for not new?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
That's just it. Like when you're talking Sharps, like
almost prohibited.
I know.
Sharps carbine. What do these go for? Yeah, it looks like $2,250. $2,250. Oh, they've got a cheaper one. The Confederate carbine. What's the difference?
Different caliber? Yeah.
54 caliber. 54 what though? Because these are cartridge, aren't they? Don't know.
Are they?
Don't know. I'd want the 4570.
Like...
They're repeaters. They should take a magazine tube in the buttstock or something crazy like that.
Oh,
I'm thinking of the right gun, right?
Yeah.
Am I thinking of the right one?
But no, I don't.
No, I'm thinking
that's not a repeater.
I'm thinking Spencer. This isn't a repeater. The Spencer is a repeater.
See the hammer there, like that's not a repeater.
Yeah, the other one that I was looking at does have a hammer on it too. You like go,
Oh, really?
and then you cock the hammer. Yeah, but I think I'm thinking of the Spencer, not the Sharps. Maybe that's once we're on to the next segment, I'm going to look it up because I'm curious now. Last one to look at. Parts Only Canada has the Ruger BX 25 1022 mags. So they're limited to 10, but if you want the banana mag, they're there.
They're $50 though. Do you remember when those used to be like $19?
Not the Ruger ones. I think you're thinking like the Butler Creek ones.
Oh, the Butler Creek ones. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's been so long since we've been able to buy a reasonable capacity 1022 magazine in this country. It's easy to
Back order.
Also, you actually missed one. You forgot about your Barrett.
It's gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, lame.
There's $1,000 off, but it's gone.
Oh,
Can I find a Butler Creek mag? Oh, that's a Butler Creek A22 mag. That's the A series. 25, 22. No, that's just someone talking about them. A22.
gosh, I
Butler
love
Creek
those.
1022. Red Deer Shooting Center.
There you go.
Hey, there's
Oh my
one.
God, they're also $50.
$50.
What?
Yep.
To drill a hole and put a 2-cent pin in costs $30 now?
I don't know. Price is back up though. Anywho, that's what I saw. I didn't see anything cool for Wild Wednesday today. I'm waiting for him to put something cool because I got all these gift cards just burning a hole in my pocket. But nothing yet. That's okay. I really should wait for Black Friday, right?
Save those for that. Yeah, Black Friday.
It's tough to wait for Black Friday though.
I
Is it
know.
October?
November.
November. Ah, so long from now.
Yeah, like the end of November. So it could be tough to wait.
I always
Yeah.
I always know because it's right around the same time as my birthday. So it's like I know nobody's getting me gun stuff for my birthday, so it's the one thing I can buy myself.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. And that's all the stuff I found.
Cool.
We will get on to the main topic.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the main topic. And for the main topic, we've got Jake from Everything Black Powder. Jake, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Awesome. And maybe for our listeners who haven't heard of you, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Oh, well, let's see. We are the honchos of the Everything Black Powder YouTube channel. We don't have really anything else. We have a Facebook page, but the only thing I use it for is just to post a link to a video that goes up that week. But we're bigger on YouTube. That's the platform I prefer. So if you want to get a hold of me, leave me a comment or send me a message on YouTube.
Awesome. And how'd you get into Black Powder? How'd you get into all this stuff?
Geez, I think I would probably have to blame Hollywood or movies. I was curious about muzzle loaders from watching the old Disney Davy Crockett when I was a kid. We had a VHS of the old River Pirates, if you guys are familiar with that. And I asked my dad, I says, what are these guns? I was, probably 8 or 10 years old. I says, what are these guns that they're using? And he says, you know who knows all about that is your Uncle Bubba. His name's Bob, but we've always called him Bubba. And I know the name Bubba has a negative connotation with guns. He is not like that at all, just, to give him credit. And he says, go see Uncle Bubba. He knows all about that stuff. And so his house was just right down the road from my mom's. And so I went over there and I asked him about it. And he was big into flintlocks. He owns a couple of percussion guns, but it's got to be a flint, which is why I probably have such a thing about flintlocks. And so he showed me how to run them, how to operate them, how they worked and all of that. And I've been doing black powder stuff ever since.
Yeah, your channel, like the title implies, all about Black Powder. Yeah, I actually found your channel looking. I was looking for how hard is it to make this kind of stuff, and you have like videos on this stuff. How did you get from like just buying this stuff versus making it? What kind of prompted you to that step?
Well, I started with substitutes like most folks do. In my particular location in the Southwest, black powder is harder to obtain. You can go right up to almost any sporting goods store and get Pyrodex or 777.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was 17 or so, I bought a 1860 Army reproduction Pieta And I was just using Pyrodex. And for caps, Pyrodex will work just fine. And I finally got a flintlock, and it was a Lyman Deerstalker, I think, 50 caliber Lyman Deerstalker. And I was using Pyrodex in that, and I couldn't understand why I was having so much trouble. And for anybody that's ever tried it, if you use a substitute like 777 or Pyrodex in a flintlock, you will have a terrible hang fire. I mean, it's almost like a cannon fuse. It's really, really horrible. And so I went over to Uncle Bubba's again, and I said, I'm having a hell of a time with this thing. And he says, what are you using? And I says, well, I'm using Pyrodex. And he goes, well, geez, there's your problem. You can't use that stuff. You have to use real black powder. And so he gave me a powder horn with some old DuPont. If you guys ever have heard of DuPont black powder, I think they quit making black powder in the late 60s or early 1970s. And I was using that, and I thought, wow, this Pyrodex stuff is for the birds. I've got to get real black powder. So for several years, probably, a decade or so, I used GoEx, and I would have to order it. Now, in the States, you can order it. You pay the hazmat and the shipping, and they will send it right to your house. You can't have more than 50 pounds at a time. They won't ship more than 50 pounds. But you can have 50 pounds without having a license or a magazine and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. So I did that for a long time. And when the COVID stuff happened in 2020, the black powder just dried up, along with most of everything else. And I remember some years, maybe 2012 or 13, there was a time where we couldn't get any 22 long rifle.
Yeah.
We could get all kinds of other stuff, but you could not find 22 long rifle.
I remember that.
And, as I like to put it, I've been hoarding reloading components long before it was popular, but I never had any surplus of 22 because you could go buy 22 any place, anytime. It was always cheap. Mm-hmm. So I got caught with my pants down, metaphorically speaking, about the 22 thing. And so when the black powder thing rolled around, I thought, man, I am not going to be without black powder like I was without 22 long rifle for a few years. But I couldn't buy any. And so my brother and I, Derek, who's you guys probably see, he runs the camera.
Yeah.
We thought, we can make this stuff. It's not that hard. I mean, if Daniel Boone could do it, in the late 1700s, I'm pretty sure we could do it. I mean, we have electricity and stuff, I'm pretty sure we could do this. And so we bought a little, it's like a Chicago Electric or something, rock polisher, rock tumbler. Mm-hmm. And we bought some charcoal. I think we started off with the Kingsford charcoal briquettes, which is not really charcoal. It's a chemical concoction of stuff. And we bought the stuff and we threw it together, and we tried a couple of other things. But our first attempt at making black powder that you could use in a firearm was successful, and we put it on YouTube. I got into the YouTube business, as it were, kind of on accident. I didn't have any aspirations of being a gun tuber or any of that stuff. I was perfectly content with watching Mike Bellevue and Hickok 45 and Ian McCullum and all those guys. Mm-hmm. But when we started making powder and a couple of other things, actually, I think one of my first videos I put up was about smokeless powder in a 12 gauge shot shell, brass 12 gauge shot shell. Mm-hmm. But I put up some videos about making black powder. I think I mentioned that my brother and I make this, and I had a bunch of comments from people saying, man, I can't get black powder. I would love to see how you guys do that and make it work. And so it just kind of took off from there, and we kind of just did I guess you could call it like a vlog series almost of, trying different charcoals and refining the process and all of that stuff. And we kept on doing that, and here we are today. So...
yeah, how do you find your homemade stuff versus the stuff you pay for?
There is no contest. If that sounds cocky enough, sorry. But
well, I was going to wait for the no contest. The bot stuff is better. No contest. Your stuff's better. But I guess your stuff's better.
Well, depending on what it is, it's taken us a long time to figure out what works better in what kind of firearm and what kind of caliber. Nowadays, the way powder is made is you only have really, 1, 2, 3, and 4F. I know there's 1.5F and stuff, but generally speaking, and it's all pressed to the same density. So what you have to do is for your caliber and your application, you have to find what granulation works best for that, which isn't necessarily bad, but historically speaking, the density of the powder it plays a tremendous part in the performance you can get out of whatever kind of firearm you're using, whether it's in a heavier big bore rifle musket like a 58 caliber rifle musket, or a 45-70, or a smaller caliber pistol, 31 caliber pocket pistol and stuff like that. The densities were different for the application. And a lot of times, if you look at advertisements from the later 1800s from different powder manufacturers like Hazard or DuPont, just to name a couple big ones, their densities vary along with the granulation size for the application. They had special powder or specific powder that worked well in shotguns that was a specific density and granulation size. They had a specific granulation and density for rifles, for cartridges, for muzzle loaders, where nowadays it's all the same density and you only have a couple different granulation size. So you have to make it work. So what we have found is for different firearms and different applications, you can really fine-tune your powder to the application and get way better performance.
Yeah, I think on one of your videos, you had a 45 cal rifle and you were putting 1F through it and getting good performance out of it. And it kind of blew me away. Like, how's that? That's not supposed to happen. That's supposed to be for, something that needs like a long burn. But yeah, messing with the densities probably gives you something different, right?
Yes, and the densities, because we went down the carbon source rabbit hole where we tried all kinds of interesting things that we would turn into charcoal and then make powder out of it. And people seem to like that. It always sells well, as we like to put it. But the aspect that has the most amount of effect on black powder is the density that the powder is pressed to. Mm-hmm. That will affect your powder way more than the ratios, because we did ratio tests for a long time, and the carbon. And if I could sum it up, lower density powder is going to have higher velocity, to a point anyway. There is a point when you reach about 1.5, 1.52 grams per cubic centimeter, where it starts to lose velocity. So, like the 1F test we did in the 45 flintlock, that might have been 1F, but it was low density 1F. Mm-hmm. So commercial powders are between 1.75 and 1.8, where the 1F powder, even though it's a big granulation size, what would be considered nowadays as cannon powder, it's a low density. It's 1.55. So as far as the burn rate goes, it's pretty close to your modern 3Fs, or at least 3F Swiss, which is at a density of 1.75, 1.5. And there, a lot of times when it comes to rifle muskets, the Civil War reenactor guys will yell at me or try to correct me, saying that you can't use 3F. You have to use 1F because that's historically accurate. Well, sure. But the 1F that you're using, that you bought, whether it's Goex, Schutzen, or Swiss, is not even close to the same density. So that's why 3F, at least for me, and a lot of folks that I know too, 3F will perform better because the original 1F at 1.55 has a similar burn rate to the modern 3F at 1.75. So the granulation size might be correct, but the density is completely different. Now, I know that might not seem like a lot of difference between 1.55 and 1.75, but it makes a tremendous difference in performance. The velocity is very different. The fouling is very different as well.
Yeah, I think that was one of the more interesting. Yeah, you mentioned the different carbon sources. So, well, I mean, for some of our listeners, what are some of your more unique carbon sources? Because I saw like wood and that kind of thing, and then some things you might not think about for carbon sources, like toilet paper.
Yes, toilet paper.
So funny.
Yes, toilet paper. Now, one thing we learned about the toilet paper thing is not all brands of toilet paper perform the same. In black powder, that is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh no, not just black powder. That is very true.
well, I specialize in black powder, so so yeah, that was and again that was almost a joke. You know, somebody says, "Hey, you should try paper. You should try paper." And I says, okay, well, what kind of paper? And of course, you know, when you ask a question like that to the internet, the obvious answer is going to be toilet paper. So I said, oh, okay. So I grabbed some toilet paper and I threw it in. We call it the pyrolyzer, which is our kiln that we make charcoal in. And I thought, man, this is going to be really, you know, it'll make a good video, I suppose. And, you know, we pressed it and all the stuff, and we went out there and tried it. And I had the first shot, I thought, no way, really? But after doing more research on it and hearing from people in the comments, after that, I did a whole bunch of research on, you know, how do they make toilet paper? Maybe maybe there's something I'm missing out on here. And it's basically, you know, highly refined wood fiber. So after seeing all of that, I thought, oh, well, you know, that I could see how that would work out, and it most certainly does. We tried other things that didn't work out so well. Like one time we did Wonder Bread. I mean, it works. I mean, you know, it as we always put it, it will propel a ball down range at what most people would consider to be a lethal velocity. You know, and there's a lot of people where that is their goal. You know, if it goes boom and makes smoke, then it's good. It's working, you know. We have a little higher standards than that, but we tried
You get the Wonder Bread.
yeah. We tried cotton, raw cotton fiber. That actually did pretty well. We tried cotton bed sheets. That was really, really fast. In fact, that had the record high velocity for a while, but it was really, really dirty. And so what we found over the years with testing all of these different carbon sources and ratios and all of this stuff is you kind of have to pick a happy medium, or find a happy medium rather, when it comes to the carbon source and the performance you're expected to get. For example, the cotton bed sheets were fast, screaming fast, some of the highest velocities we had seen, but it was filthy dirty. I mean, really, really bad. We tried bamboo some years ago, and it was exceptionally clean. It's some of the cleanest, if not the cleanest black powder I have ever seen, but it is really, really weak. It's very slow. So you have to find something that gives you, you know, at least the way we look at it, something in the middle that performs well. Which I reckon is why GoEx uses silver maple. It's not incredibly fast, but it's not as dirty as whatever Schutzen uses. The hierarchy of black powder, at least commercial grade black powder, is Swiss, GoEx, Schutzen. Schutzen is the dirtiest and the weakest. GoEx is a step up. It's a little cleaner and a little faster. But Swiss is leaps and bounds faster and cleaner than both Schutzen and GoEx.
I'm trying to think of what I've even seen on the shelf for sale. I don't think I've seen Swiss out here. Have you guys seen any?
Not that I can think.
Black powder. I've only seen it at like small shops out in the middle of nowhere.
So the two shops that I frequent, they have really, really good reloading selection. I've definitely seen black powder at both of them. I have one black powder gun and I'm not shooting it.
I've seen GoEx. GoEx is what I've seen out here. That might be it. I don't know if I've seen anything else. And Pyrodex and 777 and that kind of thing. Would you say that, so Pyrodex, you're mentioning it's kind of hard to light with a flintlock. Is it Other than that, like, would you use Pyrodex over black powder for like a cap and ball kind of a setup, or is black powder still better? And if so, how is it?
Well, in a pinch, I suppose Pyrodex or 777 will suit black powder cap and ball revolvers rather pretty well. Pretty well. Being that I'm a bit of a snob, I suppose, I would do everything I can to stick with black powder. I do have 777 and I do have Pyrodex that I use for tests and things like that every once in a while. Mm-hmm. I think for the average black powder enthusiast that has a couple cap and ball revolvers, or even a cap lock musket or rifle or anything like that, Pyrodex or 777 is probably going to serve you just fine. Black powder is really a necessity when it comes to a flintlock. The reason why the substitutes don't do well in a flint is because they have a very slow open air burn rate. Now, I think that's done on purpose. I can't speak for Canada, but in the United States, the way they qualify a low explosive, because they qualify black powder as a low explosive, has to do with how fast it burns in open air and the energy it puts off. Pyrodex and 777 are more energetic generally than your standard issue black powder, at least at a density of 175, but they're not considered low explosives. They're considered propellants like a lot of other smokeless powders, so you don't have to have a special license or a magazine to sell them. This is why in the United States it's hard to find places sometimes, not everywhere, and it depends on the state too. In my state it's difficult, that'll sell black powder. It's extra money, it's extra rules, laws, regulations, and permits that they don't want to deal with. So as far as Pyrodex working in a cap, being that the cap does the work, it's shooting sparks right into it, it lights off almost instantaneous. But a flintlock is a little different story. The flint has to hit the frizzen, a piece of it has to drop down in there, and it burns really slow. So you get pretty lousy performance with substitutes. The reason why they're like this, again, I think it's done on purpose, is generally speaking, and I know this is the case for 777, I'm not sure about Pyrodex, but 777 is sulfur-free. There is no sulfur. The sulfur in black powder is what lowers the ignition temperature, which makes it a lot easier to ignite. So when you have a substitute that's a sulfur-free product, it's a lot harder to ignite in open air like you would see in a flintlock. You can, if you're really desperate, and we've tested this and it does work at least okay, is if you have a little bit of black powder, you could put that down the barrel first, then your charge of Pyrodex, seat your ball, and then prime it with black powder, and that'll work just fine. But the way we look at that is, if you have black powder to use for a flintlock, just use the black powder. If you're really in a pinch or you're really trying to stretch it, I could see people doing that, but flintlocks require real black powder.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. So like that's good on information on the substitutes. Do you find that they're like either of them are easier to clean or more consistent or anything like that?
No, not at all. And I know there's some controversy with this. You know, there are people that will swear that Pyrodex is cleaner. There's other people that will swear that Pyrodex is more dirty. And I think it just depends on what side of the political aisle you're on, whether it's black powder or substitutes that you prefer. But I don't think the substitutes are cleaner, at least not Pyrodex and 777. Maybe you could say 777 is a little bit cleaner than Pyrodex, I guess. But it depends on the quality of black powder you're using. It is a common misconception I have found where people think that black powder is black powder. It's all black powder. It doesn't matter. There's no difference in quality. That is false. being I work in the automotive industry, the analogy I like to use for that is kind of like saying all gasoline is gasoline. It doesn't matter. Well, sure, you can run 88 octane in your 1994 Honda Civic, but you're not going to run that same fuel in your 13-to-1 big block race car. You're going to run 110 for that. Well, it's both gasoline, right? Well, yes, but the quality is vastly different. And so if you're comparing it, for example, to Schutzen, you might say, oh yeah, 777 and Pyrodex are way cleaner. If you're comparing it to Swiss or powder that you've made yourself when you're not using lead and you're cooking your charcoal at a low enough temp and you really have things dialed in, well, it will make Schutzen, Swiss, GoEx, 777, Pyrodex, and all that stuff look rather poor.
Yeah, I think one of the things that was surprising to me, because I don't really shoot my black powder rifles that much. If I take them out, I might shoot them 5 times, kind of a thing, and that's kind of it for the day. But with the cap and ball revolvers, you were doing some tests with a Remington replica, and you were like, you were saying that with some of the black powders, you were having problems even just using the action after a couple of cylinders, 12 shots. Maybe that would be it. It would be fouled in.
Yeah, that is a typical issue with the Remington new model armies, the reproductions or the 1858s, if you will. And if you're using a lower quality powder like Schutzen and you're not using any kind of lubricant, whether it's boar butter or Crisco or anything like that at all, you can expect to have it pretty much clogged up after 12 shots. Very, very common. And again, depending on the quality of powder you're using, but that is more of a design issue with that particular revolver.
Mm-hmm. Not something you'd find in some of the Colt reproductions.
You can still have issues with the Colts if you're using really, really dirty powder without any lubricant, but not nearly as bad as the Remington design. It has to do with the size of the arbor or base pin. The Colts call it an arbor and Remingtons call it a base pin that the cylinder rotates on. Mm-hmm. Colts are really big and they have grooves in them to hold the fouling and lubricant. So it gives the fouling a place to go. Because black powder, being just the way it is, you can have between 30 and 50% solids left over after the burn. It's just a dirty propellant. So with the Colts, they were designed to give the fouling a place to go on the arbor. The Remingtons were not designed that way. They have a very narrow, very small base pin. It's probably not more than 1/4 of an inch. And they have no grooves or anything. And so I'm not sure why they were designed that way. We fixed one of ours recently where we machined down the center, so it's relieved there, and where the front of the cylinder rides, it has grooves, or flutes, I suppose, and again, kind of like a Colt, so the flutes allow the fouling to get into that relieved center section, and the relieved center section is just a place for the fouling to go. And we fired 70-something rounds through the Remington without any lubricant, and we even switched to Schutzen halfway through, and it just continued to run, which I've never been a big fan of the 1858 Remington or the Remington New Model Army, which is its real name, because they just have trouble like that. I could load and shoot my Colt reproductions all day, even with lower quality powder, but the Remingtons, you can expect to take them apart every 6 or 12 shots and have to clean them. And so I never was a big fan of the Remingtons, but after we did that, dare I say, fix, I was going to use the word that sounded like modification, but maybe that's not the right term. After we did that, man, Derek and I both were just completely blown away at how, man, this thing just runs like a Colt. You could shoot this thing all day. And the accuracy was good. It was really, really cool. We were really excited about it. In fact, I was so happy with that. I did the same fix on one of my Spiller and Burrs, which is a Confederate copy of basically a Whitney. and it fixed that too.
Really?
So
Just needed to
And-
feel the taste of the Dremel, and that fixed it right up.
oh yeah, our gunsmith Dremel has been really busy for the last few weeks.
I'm a fan of using a Dremel on the guns.
Good. Yeah, we've been using that one a lot. The Dremel thing. We had a guy leave us a not so friendly comment, saying that just because you own a Dremel doesn't make you a gunsmith, and so it's like, oh well, it's our gunsmith Dremel now. And so every video, Derek and I are making jokes about the gunsmith and Dremel.
Yeah, I think it does make you a gunsmith because you improved someone else's design.
Well, I don't have a piece of paper from gunsmithing school, so whatever, I guess.
Awesome. What kind of videos are you working on right now? If you can spill the beans.
Sure. Yeah, we're making some powder right now with eucalyptus charcoal, which is something I've never tried. And another one we're going to do next is tobacco stalks.
Oh.
Yes. Now again, we've heard all kinds of weird things. You need to try all this weird stuff. But generally, what I have figured is, if I get enough people that will recommend one thing in particular, we'll go, oh, okay, we'll give it a try. And so I had more than a few people, probably 4 or 5 people, say, hey, you should try tobacco stalks. Not the leaves, but the stalk.
Right.
And we thought, well, okay, well, it more than 5 people recommended that, so I guess we're going to try that.
And after
We
that,
have some
I guess
videos
you'd
coming
have
up
to,
on.
After that one, I guess you'd have to try hemp stalks.
We tried hemp stalk. It was very unimpressive. It was very unimpressive. That that was another one of those things where people, oh, you got to try this. It works great. It works great. Okay, well, we've reached the 5-person recommendation threshold, so we're going to try it.
So what you're saying is our collective co-hosts could probably get you guys to test something if we hound you enough.
Yes, basically. That's how it goes. Don't tell anybody though, okay?
Oh no.
Yeah, we have some videos on some Colt fixes as well. We did the Remington and the Spiller and Burr, and we put out a short video a week ago or two on what's called a cap rake or a cap post.
Mm-hmm.
And I had never tried that before. I tried all kinds of other stuff. So the dichotomy with the Colts versus Remington thing is Remingtons will jam after 6 or 12 shots, but Colts can have cap jams. So Colts will jam from caps getting stuck in the works, and Remingtons will jam from fouling.
Mm-hmm.
And so after the Remington fix, I thought, well, maybe we should try and do something to the Colts, to try and get them, back in the game a little bit better. And so I was just cruising the interweb, and I came across this cap rake deal, which the term cap rake doesn't fit to me. We prefer to call it a cap post. Oh. But what we've done is, and we've done this to, I think, 4 of them now because it was a stunning success, is we drill and tap a 6/32 hole right in the frame, in between the frame where the hammer comes down, right in front of where the cone is. And we thread a 6/32 bolt in there. We Loctite it in there, and we file it down till it's just a post. And the hammer clears it because it has a safety notch in the hammer. Mm-hmm. And what this does is keep any fragments, or the entire cap, I suppose, from getting blown back into the action. All it is a barrier. And it makes a tremendous difference. We've done it to 4 Colt open tops so far, and I can fan them, and they will just go off no trouble. No caps, no hang-ups, no nothing. No cap jams. It's really, really impressive. If you can fan a Colt open top cap and ball revolver, it's a good sign. So we've got some videos on that coming out.
Yeah, based on Hollywood, I thought you could just fan them all and they would all just work.
Oh yeah, sure.
Man, ever.
Yeah.
100% of the time, it works every time.
Sorry, Dustin, you're going to jump in there with something?
Oh, yeah, it's fine. I was just making a note that, Jake, the more you talk, the more like a gunsmith you sound. Just lacking that piece of paper does not mean you're not a gunsmith.
Well, that's not what the comments said, but okay.
I have it on good authority. The best gunsmith I know in town does not have any traditional like paperwork that says he's a gunsmith, and he's a mad genius.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Just learn some stuff. Learned it
Just
along
learn
the
some
way.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of those old designs, they weren't touched, and then they can use little improvements like that to help support the caps or whatnot. That's really interesting stuff.
What I've noticed about the reproductions versus originals, and I've handled and fired both original Colts and Remingtons, is the reproduction Colts are not made to the same standards as the original Colts.
Really?
And the reproduction Remingtons are made to a much higher standard than the original Remingtons. The original Remingtons, and because again, the Colt versus Remington thing, it's a thing. I've handled and fired 2 original Remingtons, and I was not impressed. The machine work is not impressive. They're very crunchy, but they run. Now, a lot of guys will say, yeah, but Colts are dainty, because a lot of times when you see a Colt from the 1860s, it'll be broken. So that means it's not as they're not as tough. Personally, I think it might be because the Colt saw extensive use, and the Remingtons were a distant second,
Right.
as far as how much use they got. But the original Colts are very nice guns. They're fit very nice. They're very nicely made. The original Remingtons are pretty clunky, which also makes sense because the Remington was the much cheaper option for the Army in the 1860s during the Civil War.
Yeah, I heard some of that was because Colt was just taking a little bit of profit on them.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that Colt was a con man, and he was a dirty business guy and all of that stuff. Well, I suppose that could be, but he sure made a nice firearm. Regardless of the guy's business dealings or whatever, he did make nice guns.
Oh yeah, and I think they still want. That's why he could charge what he was charging. Hey, the cost of the gun isn't what it costs to make. The cost of this gun is what people are willing to pay for it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget exactly, but I think they could sell. Colts were selling for $27 or something like that during the war to the government, and the Remingtons I think were like 13 or 15. So they were considerably cheaper. And again, not that they won't function, but they were definitely the cheaper option of the two, in both monetarily and quality.
Yeah, people wanted the Colts. Better to use. Cool. Kyle, Dustin, any questions you guys wanted to ask?
No, you actually, the one question I was going to ask was actually about quality difference. Again, props guy, so I am always a little bit interested in old versus new, and I've had access to a couple of repros, especially of the Colts. So I was kind of curious on your thoughts on some older ones, but you answered that. So
I think. As much as I dislike it, because it's a bummer, when you buy a brand new reproduction Colt for $400 nowadays, and it doesn't work out of the box. It cap jams every round. You have to do a bunch of tweaking on it and working on it, but it's kind of the way it is, I'm afraid. And when I bought, I owned Remingtons, 20-something years ago, and again, I just wasn't very impressed. You can't get more than 6 rounds, 12 rounds out of them if you're lucky, and then you got to take them apart and clean them. So I was much more of a Colt fan. But I bought my Uberti Remington New Model Army a couple years ago, and I thought, well, I better buy one of these and give it another try. And it just worked right out of the box and shot great. You still have to deal with the fouling issue, but man, it just ran, and there's no cap jams, and there's no problems. And I thought, man, maybe these Remington guys, maybe they know something I don't. Once you just accept that the technology is from 50s, I suppose, maybe even 1840s if you really want to get technical. It's going to have some quirks and some issues. You can do things to make them run better. You can do some fixing on them, but at the end of the day, it's still a gun that was designed in the 1840s, 50s, or 60s, depending on which one you're talking about. So you have to keep that in mind, I think.
One other question I had: have you seen, because like you guys, you've been doing this for a minute, have you seen any like notable uptick in the black powder world, maybe even as a result of the content you guys are doing, and more, what's the demographic like? What are you seeing as far as people getting interested in this?
Yes, the short answer is yes. We've definitely seen more people get into it, which I don't think I can take all the credit for that or anything. But one of the things that one of the goals that I have when it comes to the black powder community, I suppose, is getting younger people interested in older firearms, black powder, muzzle loading, all of that stuff. Because when I was a kid, a teenager, and I started all this stuff, black powder was the old guys' game. It was the graybeards that were into black powder. You go to the rendezvous, and they're all old folks. Hardly any young people. So one of my goals is to get younger people involved. And I have on my analytics on YouTube, I can click and see what the age groups are of people that are watching my stuff. And when I first started back in 20, it was like 55 and or geez, was it 65? It might have been 65 and up. Like 80-something% was who was watching my stuff. But over the years, I've noticed it is a much wider variety of age groups, all the way down to 16 to 25 or something like that. So that is something that we definitely have seen. And we've heard from people, probably hundreds of people, that say, hey, man, thank you so much for, showing us how to make powder. I can make my own powder. I don't have to buy it, and I can shoot all the time. And man, this is great. Mm-hmm. Thanks a lot. So yeah, we've definitely noticed an increase in people noticing and watching that kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's really cool. And I think that's one of the cool things that you're doing, I guess, is democratizing this, making it easier for more people to get into it. So with that, yeah, thanks again for coming on, Jake. I think if we kept going here, we'd probably take all night, but thanks for coming on and letting all our listeners know. And in terms of where they can find you, it's Everything Black Powder YouTube channel.
That's it.
Perfect. We'll link to it in the show notes. Thank you for coming on, and we'll talk to you again soon.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jake. And thanks, Jake, for coming on.
Yeah.
Kind of dragging us down into the world of black powder. I'm curious, what brand of TP?
I know.
It was Charmin, Continental. I think it was Charmin.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the good stuff.
Yeah. So the good toilet paper makes good black powder.
It makes sense when you get down to it at the base level. It's just really carbon that's really, really like fire
cellulose.
available.
Yeah.
Specifically cellulose. It's refined cellulose.
I never thought for a minute. I never even thought of how they made black powder. He's listing all this stuff off. Like, what?
Yep.
It's truly wild. We'll have to come up with something truly unique to just bombard his channel with to get him to make.
Something that maybe chili pepper stalks or something like that. So when he fires it, it's like chili
Yeah,
pepper spray at the same time.
Yep.
It's got to load your shotgun.
Yeah,
Rock salt and chili pepper.
That after I pull the trigger, everybody has tears.
Yes.
One of those things that says no more tears, but it's like no, comma, more tears.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh,
well, let's get into our listener feedback. And we do have an email. And it looks like it's from Eddie. Hey guys and gal. Actually, you know what?
You want me to
Dustin,
read
you
it?
have
I'll read it.
yeah,
I haven't read anything in a while.
because I got YouTube after this. So
Fair. Yeah, I'll do this. All right. So Eddie says, "Hi guys and gal. You never know who's this. I'm just kidding, Eddie. Sad to hear the news, but CCI standard velocity has been reported to have kabooms lately, with casehead blowouts or separations. Here's a link to the CGN about it. That's interesting. Obviously, I won't read the CGN link. You can go find that on your own. However, Eddie was kind enough to put a quick summary reported on the lot numbers that have a problem, and they are lot.
We'll put those
Good,
on.
that's fair. Yeah, there's a
We'll
whole
put
bunch
them
of
on
them.
the show notes.
I will say that I'm going to read this one just because it is the most numerously reported one according to Eddie, and that is CO4E111. So, yeah, Charlie October 4 Echo 111. If
Do
you
they
got
just
that
have it on the
lot,
big box, or like I don't see a lot number on the little box.
yeah, I don't know if they put it on the little boxes or if it's just on the big box, but if that's happened to you, something to keep an eye on. Anyways, I have checked my inventory and luckily none of them are from those lots reported. I know many shooters use this ammo. Please pass this along for everybody's safety. According to the thread, CCI is asking anyone who reports an incident for details, including photos, and offering compensation after returning unused ammo to their distributor. Be safe and shoot straight. Thanks, Eddie. That's useful.
It's on the inside like lip.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I'm not in there. My stuff's gonna be so old that
yeah.
I don't have to worry about any of this stuff because I think the CCI standard velocity I have is from 3 years ago.
I don't have any CCI standard velocity.
Oh no? It's
No.
like every once in a while, if you buy it in bulk, you can get it for a killer deal, like 7 cents a round. And it's the cheapest accurate ammo.
Fair. I lucked out. My two 1022s that I like go to and frequent often, both of them run off of some really, really inexpensive bulk ammo. And I've always been very thankful about that. They're very accurate. So I've never had to,
What are you
around.
running, Federal or not?
Yeah,
Thunderbolt?
it's not Thunderbolt. It's
Laser?
No, it's not Blaze. I can picture the
Winchester.
box. It's not. I'll tell you after the show. 'Cause
Aguila.
I'm gonna run down and no, it's not Aguila either. I have a bunch of Aguila. No, I'm fairly certain it's Federal. It's it's in
Blue
a black.
box.
No, it's in a black box though.
Is it their Black Friday deal stuff? That stuff was super cheap, like 3 years ago when they sold it.
No, I'm sorry. It's terrible that I'm totally blanking because I
Remember
literally
Black
have
Box?
tens
There
of
was
thousands
Ely
of
Black
rounds of
Box.
these. No, it's not Ely either. It's and part of me keeps coming back to that. It could be a Winchester.
There is a
product,
Winchester black box. They come in a bigger black box. That's
Yeah,
probably the stuff you're thinking.
it might
of.
be that.
Yeah.
That's always been good bulk deals, and both of my guns
Yeah.
just love that stuff. Like
Mm.
love it, and so I don't mess with it. Yeah. Anyway, that's all we got for emails from Eddie.
I will get on with the YouTubes, and got Eddie commented on the on one of our the reels 6.5 Creedmoor Peak, like Bubba's Pissin' Hot Loads. Because now if they release 6.5 PRC plus Peak, that could get interesting. Peak cases may be reloadable, but they didn't say how many times. 80,000
Or
PSI.
how you got to reload them, because do you need carbide dies? Do you need to lube the crap out of them for them to even go through a die? Because they're harder.
Yeah.
They're going to be an alloy. They're not going to be brass. They're going to be something that's much stiffer to handle that kind of pressure.
Yeah, he's saying 80,000 PSI is much higher than the current bottleneck Magnums that already have a reputation for not being reloadable too many times.
I bet you 6.5 PRC will cook a barrel. Just fry it.
Yeah. Gustavo Hanzafo
Mhm.
on episode 660. Goal for next BOA. Get more penalties than next year than this year.
Not hard.
Got one ABNDT Primary arms, one times Prism Optic has unlimited eye relief.
Kind of. Like you can mount it pretty far away and you can still look through it. It just looks like absolute crap. It's kind of like the eye relief. Sorry, not the eye relief. You have to be like directly behind it. But yeah,
Okay. Like the parallax.
It's better to say it's good from like 3 to like 6 inches. Let's say like anywhere in there is fine. Most scopes it'll be like 3.8 to 4.0, and then anything other than that looks like crap. But yeah, that 1X Prism does look pretty good from pretty far. It's usable.
Avon Engineer is, we used to teach children in public school how to use firearms in Canada not so long ago. Lots of citizens in Montreal that day had line of sight to shoot this guy and protect their neighbors. All they had were cell phones.
Can you? I hadn't thought about that. Can you imagine if you just had one armed person from an elevated position could have solved that in like 30 seconds? Just
they would have charged him.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if they would have. Guy was armed.
Oh, guaranteed.
Guy was armed.
Automatic charge.
I have no faith.
Fair. It is Montreal. You're probably right.
Actually, in that situation, it would have been his luck. He would have shot the guy, and then the cops would have turned on him.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. Needed a suppressor.
One ABNDT has a few more comments here. It says, here, Dustin. Didn't remember what you're talking about in that one, but
no, probably my rant.
Yeah. Perhaps LE could train more if their handguns and rifles were not banned right, Adriel? Instead of just once a year qualifier to hone their skills.
For sure.
Yeah.
Hone their skills.
You know what is great firearm use training? Airsoft.
Yeah.
Manual of arms, yeah.
I agree. Well, you can say for sure because that Japanese airsoft shooter jumped into IPSC and did really well right away.
Yeah,
the skills transfer.
Kilroy's 614 has a couple. Vortex Venom is 249 currently at Bass Pro. That was 12 days ago, so I don't know if that is.
We were talking
current?
about the Holosun dots. No, not the Holosun.
The Olight.
Olight, yes.
And then medium grain rice. No dust, but watch your primer pockets. So I guess that's what he's using to tumble in. It's interesting.
No dust, but watch your primer. Dust.
I would say you get rice grains lodged into your primer pocket.
Oh,
Your
that
flash
well, sure. I get corn, like corn grains from the corn husks or whatever in the primer pockets. It's easy though. I take a full length sizer, I put it upside down, and I just hit my cases on there, and they punch the primer pocket clean, and off I go.
Yeah. We got a comment from 3-Gun Tank. I've been to Memorial a few times. Yes, Tony, it's 1 in the A zone or 2 anywhere. Most shots, it does not make sense to slow down and aim for one shot. You'll have full capacity mags. Take advantage of that. Memorial will have an all shotgun stage. Last year it was around 48 shots without misses. You will need a chest rig.
Okay, I'm packing my chest rig.
I have a couple, yeah.
Yeah.
The competition is very good. Don't pick gear to fit a division. Pick the division for the gear you want to use. It won't matter what division you shoot. They all have extremely good shooters. Go for the experience. It's one of the best matches I've shot.
Great instinct or advice.
Absolutely. Eddie has a couple comments in here. Adriel, that's a great idea. And maybe you could make it a video on your channel to show any difference between tumbling media or cleaning brass. I'm currently using crushed walnut with Lyman Turbo Bright. I have also used Dillon Rapid Polish. When starting with new media, I pour the compound in with just the media and run it for a bit to mix it in before adding the brass. The polishing compound also helps to minimize the dust. I use a fan behind me while handling used tumbling media to blow any dust away from me and out the door.
I thought the Lyman walnut, like the new stuff, has it already in there. And you
Okay.
don't have to add it. Like you have to add that stuff if it like wears away, or if you need to. Yeah. Contains a polishing agent to polish cases to a high luster. So I think like the if you're thinking about like the Tough Nut Plus or whatever they call the corn stuff, I think they include it in there. And then you can use the like you can add the stuff in when you are the old stuff's like out, or if you got just like if you're like, oh, I can't find any of this stuff, and you go to a pet food store or a pet store and you get the crushed walnut for your lizard cage or whatever, that stuff you need to put the polishing compound on because it doesn't come with it. It's untreated. But yeah, I think that you can just get the stuff that's treated as well. Oh, looks like you can get both. Lyman does sell untreated Tough Nut as well. That stuff you'd need to add it in.
Tony, I feel you're justified to have concerns about shooting plus peak alloy rounds in an AR-10. I recall when the new 80,000 PSI 6.8 common cartridge, aka 277 Fury, was tested in the U.S. Army's new M7 infantry rifle. There were reports of extra wear and early failures. The other issue with the AR-10 is the lack of standardization. It hasn't been adopted by any major military. Yeah, the standardization on the AR-10 is definitely
Not there. Yeah.
CCFR TV commented, great show, guys. Sharing a clip.
Oh, yeah, they did. Thank you for that.
Shiloh.
It was you, right? It was Dustin, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
me.
Your rants. People like your rants. Yeah.
They edited it really well. It was a good bar to set for myself when I go harvest my own rants in the future.
You'll have to look back.
A comment from Shiloh Nuevo. Great rant, Dustin. Question for someone: can the police be sued by the victims' families for giving the firearms back to the individual who shot the victims at the school in Tumbler Ridge?
No. Police have qualified immunity.
Yeah.
I mean, wait, you can sue. You can sue the state. You can sue anyone for anything, but you could sue the state. You can't sue the individual police officers. You could sue the state for it.
Somebody made a point of commenting on that on the clip that the CCFR did that I was incorrect because it was the judge that actually approved the firearms to be returned, and I was like, well, the judge is also part of the state, so you're wrong. But yeah, I don't think you can sue justices for bad decisions in Canada.
No,
So-
you can't. They can do whatever they want. They can let a murderer out the next day and then go murder again. It's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And our last YouTube comment is from another short we did with the Vortex Micro 6 times magnifier first look. That's from one EB NDT. What eye relief does the 6 power provide?
Bad.
Bad. Okay, there we go. It's bad.
I don't like any of them though. I like a red dot. Eye relief, schmy relief, red dot. No such.
It's true.
Like that the 1X Cyclops, the primary arms. Like I got one of those. It's pretty good. It's still not red dot good. But I guess if you got astigmatism or you wanted something that had better battery life, aka unlimited battery life, yeah, Prism's better.
Okay, well, that's it for the YouTube comments. Seen any other comments anywhere else? If you're buying anything from Bass Pro or Brownells, go to our website. We've got a link on the website to both of those, and we'll get a little kickback. And sometime in the next little while, we'll read out what people have bought over the last few months. We also like to thank our supporters on Patreon. If you'd like to support us, you can also find us on Patreon, and we greatly appreciate it. If you'd like to send the show an email, you can send them to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Shout outs and recommendations.
I am going to shout out my mom, actually. I know she's listening. And it was hilarious after the CCFR did that clip. She called me and talked my ear off for almost an hour. She's like, you ended up on like a couple of people's like phones at work. I was like, why is my son on your phone? And it was just very, very adorable and hilarious. And I love you, Mom. So yeah, I'm giving a shout out to my mom.
Awesome. Digital?
I'll also shout out to Dustin's mom. No, I'll shout out Jeffrey, another one of our listeners. He came out to one of the Maple Seeds at Sherwood Park. So, howdy, Jeffrey.
Oh, one other shout out. I want to shout out the two folks that let me use their guns at the range on Saturday. That was really cool. Got to shoot a 10 mil. It's way flatter than I was expecting. But yeah, you guys were awesome.
Flatter in what way?
I was expecting it to have way more pop. Like I had a 40 Smith & Wesson Glock, like it was a 10 mil Glock, and I had a 40 Smith & Wesson, and I didn't like it at all. It was very jumpy. The 10 mil, it stayed so much flatter than I expected. Like you could feel a lot of force coming, but it just didn't have the same hop that like the 40 Smith & Wesson did. Yeah, it was way more manageable. Yeah, I know. It was weird.
Okay. I don't have any shout outs or recommendations. Just go shoot, have a good time.
I have a recommendation for Everything Black Powder, Jake's channel.
There you go. Cool. And with that, we're gonna sign off. So go join our Discord server, watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Join the CCFR, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, everyone.
Good night, Kelly.
So if you have any comments or questions for the show, please send an email to slamfireradio@gmail.com. Now go grab a gun and shoot something.
When the talking is over, it's time to get a gun.